Okay guys, so in order to build that modal component, we are going to use the inbuilt component of React Native, the core component which is modal. So let me create another file and let me call it emoji modal. And definitely some of you must be calling it modal, and I have a habit of calling it modal. So do not worry about that. You can call it anything that you want. Not anything, but yeah, either modal or model. Both works fine. So let me again create a component. So now we are going to import modal from React Native. It is imported over here as well. And now what we are going to do is I'm gonna paste some style sheets, some styling over here. And do not get offended if you see that I have just copy pasted some styles. Do not worry, these are just basic styling. So I did not want to like type all these because it would consume a lot of time, right? So I will explain all this styling. These are just basic stuff and these are related to the modal itself. So let us go ahead and build the modal, and meanwhile I will keep explaining you what all these styles have. Okay, so in order to make the modal, what we do is we basically first accepts three prop. So they are is visible, which basically tells that if the modal is visible or not, and on close, which will close the modal, and a children prop, which we are going to send from the screen. Okay, and over here what we do is we basically uh, add a animation type. So that is animation type, and I'm gonna use slider for it. And over here I'm gonna add another prop which is visible. So this would be as per the is visual prop that is coming from the screen. Okay, let me close this file. And we have another prop which is transparent, so we are going to set it to true. Okay, and now let us remove this one. Now I'm going to create a view, and this will contain the modal content. So let me give it a style modal content. So whatever content, let me show you. So you see there, this is a header, right? Choose a sticker and cross icon. So this together constitute a header, and here we have emojis. So all this is a modal content. Okay, so we are going to wrap all this inside this view which is modal content. Okay, so now let us make the header. So for that we are going to use a text, and it would be choose a choose an emoji. Okay, and for the close button we are going to use pressable because that would be clickable. And over here again I'm gonna use icon from React Native vector icons, and let me again use material icon over here. So for that I'm gonna use the name of close, color would be white, and size let's say 24. We can change it later if it 24 doesn't suit us. Okay, and now we have our text and this. So we are going to wrap this inside a view as well. Okay, and let's see if we have a styling which is title container. You can call it header container as well, so depends on you. Okay, so this is our title container, and now we want this children prop over here. Okay, so whatever content is coming from the screen where this modal is used, this will get rendered in place of this children. Okay, and also on this pressable, what I want is I want to add a on press prop, and I want this prop coming from the screen. I want to use it over here. Okay, because on the press of the close button the on close prop should get triggered. Okay, so now let us import it in the screen in the app. So here first I'm gonna initialize again some state. So is modal visible. Set it is modal visible. Okay, because we do not want the modal to be by default visible, right? We want it to be false unless the user clicks on this plus button. And now I'm gonna use this over here. It's emoji modal. Now let us start passing our props. So the first one is, again, no, not like this. We need to basically call it like this because we need to pass the children as well, right? Yeah. And now over here, so this again would be a component which we will add later. Okay, now let us just pass the props. So the first one is visible. It's is visible or visible. It's is visible, right? So, and it would be set to is modal visible. Okay, so whatever the value this particular state would have, this will be passed inside this prop, and the modal will be shown accordingly. Okay, and let us pass the on close. So this would be set it is modal visible. We will set it to false if the user presses on the close button. Okay, so yeah, and so yeah, our closing functionality has been done, but now we want it to get triggered, the modal to be open on this press of this button. So for that we are going to come to this circle button. We're gonna attach it on press button on press to it, and now what we're going to do is we are going to basically open our modal, right? So set is modal visible, we are going to set it to true, and let us see if this circle button accepts on press. No. So on press, and let us pass it over here. Okay, so I hope all the things have been connected. So now let us see if things are working fine or if we get some errors. Okay, all right, yeah, it is opening. Perfect. Perfect. So we need to just change the styling of this, and another thing is I need to explain the styling to you, right? So let me first change the styling. It is title, right? Yeah, now fine. Okay, so the modal content, as I told, whatever the content the modal has, be it the header or the content or any other footer inside it, whatever you say. So all this is wrapped inside the modal. Now by height, what we mean is we want the modal to be opened only till the 25% of the whole container's height. So if I, let's say if I do 55 over here, see the height has been increased, right? So this is a important styling. Height should be 25%, width 100%. This is simple background color, border top right radius, which we have over here, top left radius, and position is absolute, and from the bottom we want it to stick to the bottom. So for that we have added these two styles. So I hope there's no rocket science in this styling. This is pretty basic styling. Then we have title container, which contains the height of 60%. So this particular thing, the header, if I, let's say, increase the height of it to 46, the header would get increased, right? So yeah, this is header. And again, background color, border properties, padding horizontal, very simple CSS properties. And then we have flex direction in order to align them in a horizontal fashion. Align items is center, justify content is space between, so that they get enough space between them. Now we have this title, simple color is white and the font size is 16. Pick a container, we will see if we need this later. So as of now, just ignore it. So this was the simple styling. So, and our modal is successfully implemented. Let us again check it. See, perfect. Now what we want is we are going to render a list of emojis over here. Okay, so here you can see. So for that again we are going to make another component. Okay, So also I could have like rendered a flat list over here, but that's not how it should be done. We should create separate components, right? So for that emojis list, we are going to create a separate component for that.